Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. It's time. NMIXX comeback time. I was so sad. I did not last night I had so much going on, and by the time I sat down to around this time, I sat down to actually record the reaction to actually finally check it out. But I was so sleepy, and I was just sitting here. I was devastated because I was so ready, like in terms of like the urge to do it. But I just sat down and I was like, oh my goodness, no, I can't do this right now. I was so sad. I've been thinking about it all day. But yeah, but it's happening. Better late than ever. Reminder, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Please do join the Discord server, and please do become a free member on Patreon. Links will be below. There is lots of NMIXX content on Patreon now. And also I have an NMIXX playlist here on YouTube if you want to see anything else, if you come across this and haven't seen that stuff. So for today, I have the MV for Heavy Serenade, and I also have the lyric videos. I don't know why I didn't look for line distribution, because for some reason I just am delighted by those. I love those so much, but I just went with lyric videos because I made this playlist immediately, so I couldn't even find a lot for one. But anyway, so I have the lyric videos for the B-sides, of course, with the exception of Crescendo, the pre-release, which I've already reacted to. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'm just gonna say pause warning up top, because I'm gonna try and watch the music since I have the full EP here. I am going to try and only watch the music video one time. So it's just very silly to think I'm not going to pause at any point. But I'll definitely try not to do it too much. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to hear, you know, what are we up to? What are we going to do now? You know, what are they going to give us next? You just never know. And you never know. And then I feel like the most, like, I haven't been following NMIXX the whole time. So I think the comeback I was like here for in the moment, like in real time, was High Horse and God, what was it? Was it High Horse and Know About Me? I think so. But that is still making the point I was going to make, if so, is that they have their pre-release is so different from the title track. Like, if I am right, if that was High Horse Know About Me, so different. Spinning on It, Blue Valentine, so different. So I'm excited to see how different this is from the pre-release. And then, of course, just what direction we went in general. Oh my God. All right, let's go.
어린 마음속 헤매던 cosmos 터진 눈물 잃어버린 color I'm with you every day and night 모든 별을 안고서 keep dreaming 날 깨뜨려서 만들래 다만 나뿐인 bookend glass serenade 색깔로도 못해 하수 아래서 take my hands 시들지 않은 꿈에 널 데려가고 있잖아 봄지나 겨울 와도 다시 피어나 거진 심장 소리 들어봐 영원히 기억될 이 순간 가사가 된 꽃잎들을 봐
Oh, the choreo. Oh. Okay, also, one of them looked so much like Heejin for some reason. Heejin from whatever. I was just gonna say, I feel like it's reminiscent of Blue Valentine, but there's so much chaotic energy to it. For me, it feels like there's a lot more of that signature kind of NMIXX chaos and this mix pop NMIXX chaos in the background. So I feel like the vocal arrangement feels very, you know, a lot more standard, closer to Blue Valentine. But then I feel like the sort of the chaos in the instrumental is feeling very much like more of what we were sort of used to with NMIXX, which is really fun. And I feel like that's like in one track, there's something for everybody. Also, very interesting what Bey has on her head right now. Where do they find this old tech? They've always got things I've literally never seen before in my life. Oh, Chiwu. Oh, it's so interesting. I know it's a performance video. I gotta get to that. What is happening? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Is this freaking Heejin? Like, is Heejin in this video? Like, am I tripping? Like, you can't even laugh at me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, then Heejin needs to have a conversation with her family, with her parents. Yup. Is this a Heejin cameo? I'm so confused. Oh. Whoa. Is it? Did they not already film a music video here? Does this not look, oh god, is it See That? Is it See That or Love Me Like This? Damn, I don't know. But I swear this area right here, I feel like they filmed a music video here already. Actually, that probably happens quite a bit. I've never thought about that because there's such common spaces that are frequently used to film videos in K-pop. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yes, babe. Oh my, this part, this thing that keeps happening. Oh, the outro. Yes. Oh, we're not done. Okay. Okay, it's not Heejin. So close. Wow. Doppelganger. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, it's just her name? Okay. Okay, guys, that was so good. That was so nice. Like I said, I feel like there's a lot of chaos, controlled chaos, as is the case with NMIXX. But I felt like there was a lot of chaos in that instrumental. But I did feel like the vocals were pretty much a little bit more conventional. Like I said, along the lines of Blue Valentine. Overall, I would say that the overall vibe of it was very similar to Blue Valentine, which makes me wonder if perhaps this was part of a not necessarily left off of that album, but like, you know, I think typically groups are presented with quite a few songs, and then there's a selection of choosing what goes what's selected for the EP. So I do wonder if this was one of the options that they had. Just because for me, it feels like in terms of like vibe, concept, and production, it just feels very similar to Blue Valentine. I did like it. I do wish that it was a little bit weirder. So maybe what we're gonna see is maybe more of that with the pre-releases, which I felt like was sort of the other way around in the past. But I don't know, because if I'm right about High Horse and Know About Me being on the same album, Know About Me was like a very, very like universally appealing kind of pop R&B track, so addictive. And then like High Horse was really like really such a concept track, felt really experimental. Loved it, obsessed with it still. And then Spinning on It was really unorthodox. Spinning on It was wild. But then Blue Valentine was a little bit more, again, just a tiny bit, just a little bit more conventional. So I wonder if this is what we're gonna do, because like Crescendo again was just like really, really, really quirky, really interesting, really again felt a little bit experimental in terms of the vocal arrangement as well as the production. And then again we have Heavy Serenade, which again feels a little bit chaotic in the production in the instrumental, but has a more, for me, what feels slightly more conventional in terms of the vocal arrangement and the overall sound of it. And I would just like to establish that none of that is a bad thing. I feel like if you say stuff like that, it immediately hits people as I think the tone that people hear, no matter how you say it, the tone that people hear is generic or sellout or whatever. I don't know, bad stuff. And that's not what I mean. I say what I mean and I mean what I say. If that's what I wanted to say, I would have said it. What I said is that it's slightly more conventional, as in like it's a little bit less like unconventional. It's like a little bit less of like the stuff you're hearing in like or I don't know, is it Dice? Is what it's called? So like I'm saying, it's a little bit less in that direction. So think about that being up here and then this being right here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But we're off to a really great start. That's up there. That's definitely one of my favorite title tracks from NMIXX. I think I don't know what my absolute favorite is. I love Dash and See That so much. Those are definitely like up there. There's like at the very, very top for me. So I don't know. I don't think this is gonna beat that, but that's unfair. I don't think anything's gonna beat that. All right, so let's just keep moving on. I'll let this finish playing out, and then we're gonna get into the B-sides. Oh, I gotta turn this up. Yes. I love NMIXX. I love NMIXX. You know, I just think that I need to say it more often. I need to make it a bigger part of my personality, I think. I gotta start this over. For one, because I had my background music playing. Second, what?
것들이 get fresh air 조평군과 나 사이 jet lag 보란 듯이 외쳐 my catchphrase 쌓아왔던 그대로 flashback 힘들어도 쉼없이 on my own 짜릿한 떨림에
Oh my god.
미친 것처럼
Oh my god.
멀리 gotta go 어려울수록 funny mode
거칠어진 breath 붉어진 my face 휘날리는 air look so pretty 뛰는 대로 맵 떠는 없을 fast 필요 없어
The instrumental here.
아주 깊게 새긴 나의 보이는 곳 오늘이 그래 헤매도 돼 still on my path until the end
Yes, you do.
I deserve it and I'm worth it 두려워했던 모든 건 내겐 어느새 작은 점 숨을 고르고 I'm gonna rise
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say that annoying thing that people always say. They go, that should have been the title track. But okay. But listen. Is it as does it provide the artistic potential in terms of visuals that NMIXX likes to give us for title tracks? No. Does it provide a potential storytelling aspect in the lyrics? No. But was it fun? I would argue it was very fun. No, but like, wouldn't it be like interest? Like, I just realized this with NMIXX. There's such high artistic value to their title tracks, in their whole concept of what they do. But NMIXX hasn't, other than their collaborations, of course, with Pablo Vittar. Other than that, like NMIXX doesn't really, they don't throw out like a real throw it back. They don't really put out like a throw it back pop song. It would be fun for them to switch it up and just give us that just like one time, just one good time on a title track, and that would have been it, like something like that. Just to, what we heard there is that they can do it. Because that was really nice. It was like there was definitely a nostalgic element to that. It did feel like it did feel a bit 80s influenced, maybe 90s, 80s or 90s, around that era, I would say. Very fun. It reminded me of like break dancing, kind of. Like I said, I feel like I had a Triple S, not the hip hop. I forgot what their hip hop or like their rap, I guess, dance rap, whatever subunit was, but that song Hit the Floor. That was giving me, I was feeling like I could visualize a music video in my head for that. And it was very similar to what they did there. That was really fun. That was hype. Lots of unexpected things in the production there. I had a great time. I love the effect that was on their voice. Almost throughout the whole time. I don't know if that was necessarily auto-tune. That may have been something, or like a kind of synth. But throughout the whole song, but then especially in the actual, of course, in like the chorus, when they're like spelling out "I deserve it," that was so cool. That was a cool song. Sometimes songs are just cool. That was such a cool ass song. Definitely setting the bar really, really, really high for these next B-sides. Now, Different Girl, I think I mentioned Different Girl was one of in the highlight medley, the acapella highlight medley. I didn't listen to the other one, but in the highlight medley, the acapella one, I said that Different Girl was one of the ones that really stood out to me. So I'm excited for this one.
그리워던 내 우주의 한순간 넌 bumping 그 누구도 아직 못한 발견 같은 너 Who can deny her You're a different girl
Okay, sorry. Okay, I was wondering if I was hoping that they would that the acapella, because the acapella highlight medley, you know, it can still be quite different from how it is sounding the studio version. But there are some things that I was feeling like I was getting from that made me excited. And they gave it to us exactly the way that I thought they would. Calm down.
그리워던 내 우주의 한순간 넌 bumping 그 누구도 아직 못한 발견 같은 너 Who can deny her You're a different girl 넌 내 스텔라
Oh.
달라 아무 아마 끝도 없을 거야 안드로메다 너를 위한 테라 You can't observe it 이 모든 순간 쏟아내 aura 수없이 단단해진 몸 수 없이 끈끈해진 love Can deny her
Yes.
You're a different girl
Ooh, studio.
던져 계속 눈의 pattern It's so special
Where are we going? This is building up.
Playlist I wanna know your world
Oh my god.
different girl 하던 내 우주의 한순간 넌 bumping 그 누구도 아직 못한 발견 같은 너 Who can deny her different girl
Oh my god. Ooh, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. This is one of my favorite songs I've heard in a long time. Oh,
하던 내 우주의 한순간 넌 bumping 그 누구도 아직 못한 발견 같은 너 Who can deny her different girl 눈을 맞춰 슬슬 마주보는 pocket 우리들이 자석같이 붙어버린 heart So I fell in love different girl 너는 마치 주인공의 fiction A little strange 강한 attraction Starry eyes 어딘가 빨려들지
Go ahead, Kyujin.
널 따라 swing 내 어둠도 네 우주에서 당연한 듯 받아들여져 So I fell in
this part.
different girl 때론 alien 아님 dino
Dino.
Be my best 하기만 세게 여기는 세게 No wanna tangle go You're a different girl 나는 얘기 대신 듣고 싶은 너의
Oh, this song.
best 하기만 세게 여기는 세게 No wanna tangle go You're a different girl 나는 얘기 대신 듣고 싶은 너의 story 흔한 표현들을 써도 뭔가 다른 girls Can deny her different girl 우리 맞춰 CC 맞춰보는 pocket 우리 둘이 자석같이 붙어버린 heart So I fell in love different girl
Wow. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. 10 10 no notes. That's like top 10 NMIXX songs. I didn't know what else to do. I wanted to say like, oh, top 3, top 5. But then I, for some reason, had this urge to be realistic, which like boring. But I had this urge to be realistic. So I was like top 10. Cause like you guys don't know how obsessed I am with so many. Like this whole NMIXX's whole discography was made for me. Like it's ridiculous. This tea is cold and nasty now. All right, let's go. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep this up. Drum line. Bae. This really low synth in the background. ahead, Lily.
우린 구름에 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 go 늦게 hope but the go no feel 거침없이 to the frontier go 밟고 일어서 우리 앞을 막은 barrier
This reminded me of a different song by now.
힘껏 가로질러 move here we are
Wow.
no rules no we don't need the name no rules no rules yeah we just who we are hit the sky
Okay, I just wanted to, I gotta say something. I gotta talk. This, okay, absolutely in love with the instrumental, absolutely in love with the production. But what I really want to say is this feels very big. This feels like one of those songs that was just made with live performance and not like it feels like it was made with specifically like a stadium or arena in mind. It feels like this instrumental was made for a very big spectacle, a very big moment in a very big concert, in a very big venue with a huge crowd. That's what this feels like. Like I can envision in my head like an actual like drum line, like a band, like an actual drum line. And this is such a stadium song. It's so good. It's so grand. I love this. Do you hear the background vocals? They're like sustained, like oh. Sorry, I had the audacity to speak. Oh. You know what? I have just been really having a hard time experiencing Soleon. When did this start for me? I think it was the last album. That really huge standout moment for me. Was it I can't remember if it's Blue Valentine or Spinning on It, but it was one of the stage practices, and I was just like, it's like something just clicked in my brain, and I was like, how have I not, like, obviously I hear them all, they all can sing, they're all great, but it's like I just didn't really hone in on Soleon until that moment, because she has a very forward placement in her voice. So while they all sound great and they're all singing while they're dancing and all this other stuff, there was something about the way she's able to project quite effortlessly. She's really not trying, or she wasn't in that moment. She didn't need to. So I've heard her over every other member, and I like really feel like I heard the textures in her voice for the first time. And to have this moment where this instrumental is sort of cut out, it's like really just this extremely brief, almost a cappella moment with her. Do that all the time. Don't be stingy with that, because gosh, her voice. Y'all, this is such an epic song. Oh my god. No, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, now I'm excited for this one because I know it's Lily's. What? Hold on. Is this? This is the last song? I'm so sad. I'm having such a great time. Anyway, I'm excited for this because I know it's Lily's song. I know she has writing credits on a couple other songs. I know she's like part of the writing team, but this is just her, if I'm correct. This was written by Lily completely. So I'm really gonna try and pay attention to the lyrics. I haven't done that too much. Although in the last song, I did pay attention to the lyrics on that because it felt so grand that I was obviously trying to see if the lyrics are sort of matching that, and it is. It's a very inspirational song. But yeah, I'm gonna try and hone in on the lyrics. It's already so weird. Yay.
I'm so afraid it's written all over my face, and I see it plainly in the lingering gaze. I'm done to us, can never reach out and touch.
Okay, low register.
I've never wanted something like this quite so much. Why do we have to hide it? Can't act like I don't like it. You know I'm a bad liar. My love should be the brightest thing in the room. Ooh, we're the centerpiece in this room. You told me to shh, but you make me wanna love you loud. Need a microphone and speaker just so I can scream it out. Out of mouth, touch it tonight, 심장 sound. I wanna love you loud. I wanna love you loud. You told me
Yes.
to shh, but you make me wanna love you loud. Need a microphone and speaker just so I can scream it out. Don't tell me to shh, 'cause you know I gotta let it out. I wanna love you loud. I wanna love you loud. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, gorgeous boys.
Huh?
They can't wait in line. I've been everywhere in the world. You're the one I like. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls,
Okay.
gorgeous boys. They can't wait in line. Wanna show you off, do a twirl, show them all your mind. Why do we have to hide it? Can't act like I don't like it. You know I'm a bad liar. I love should be the brightest thing in the room. We're the centerpiece in this room. You told me to shh, but you make me wanna love you loud. Need a microphone and speaker just so I can scream it out.
I love this. I love this effect.
I wanna love you loud. I wanna love you loud. You told me to shh, but you
Ooh.
make me wanna love you loud. Need a microphone and speaker just so I can scream it out. Don't tell me to shh, 'cause you know I gotta let it out. I wanna love you loud. I wanna love you loud. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, gorgeous boys. They
I love the way they say that.
I've been everywhere in the world. You're the one I like. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, gorgeous boys. They can wait in line. Wanna show you off, do a twirl, show them all your mind. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, gorgeous boys. They can wait in line. I've been everywhere in the world. You're the one I like. Gorgeous, gorgeous girls, gorgeous boys. They can wait in line. Wanna show you off, do a twirl, show them all your mind.
Wow. That was so fun. That was so cool. Oh my gosh. That is one of my favorite songs on the album, which is saying a lot because I'm obsessed with all of it. I really have to say, I absolutely love the title track. I just told y'all that's one of my favorite title tracks from them. And that is definitely my least favorite song on this album. Maybe it's because I really, really like I mean, this is just me in general. Like I'm so old, and so you guys know before I even discovered K-pop. I mean, I was well into my ways in terms of music I listen to. I just really, really, really love weird music. That's just been me always. So as I said, when I was talking about the title track, is that that's like the one thing about it is that I feel like the vocal arrangement and the overall sound of it was slightly more conventional. And then you start this album, and from jump, it's so fucking weird. It's so fun. It's so weird. It's so like it has experimental moments, but it's really nostalgic, and I really feel like it's really pulling a lot of things from the 80s and the 90s throughout all of the B-sides. This song was really loud. Was really interesting. It was really cool. I like I want to say auto-tune. I feel like the production had common themes. And I don't know if the same people produced all the B-sides, but I feel like most of them did have this kind of interesting combination of like synth, a really dark synth, a really low synth, but like a synth and auto-tune kind of. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know music terms, but I just know that there is like a similar effect that seemed to be being used in all the songs that was really unique. It was like familiar but unique. and I really, 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 really loved it. And I also thought that the vocals were really placed really forward. Like I feel like I heard a lot of like I didn't feel like the beats or instrumentals were drowning out the vocals, which is interesting for something that has this much going on with the instrumental. Of course, this is also that's really impressive because this is also on YouTube, which is kind of crap when it comes to trying to hear audio tracks, which again I always point out is ironic because YouTube music actually is really good. But on YouTube, when people upload audio tracks to YouTube, it's weird. So you really, however much you love a song, when you hear it on YouTube, it's like gonna be like twice as better when you hear it on like an actual streaming service. I love that. I don't know if I don't know if I even have a favorite. I Deserve It. No. Okay, I think Different Girl might be it for me. No, because Superior was epic. I will have to get back to you guys. But I did pay attention to the lyrics for Loud. So that's interesting because Loud is quite obviously about hiding a relationship. Now I don't know if that's, and Lily wrote it and she's an idol. So I don't know if that's kind of just her sort of expressing, her sort of lamenting having to hide a relationship because she's an idol and they cannot openly date. But I definitely did catch the gorgeous girls, gorgeous boys part. So I don't know if that's sort of alluding to having a same gender relationship and how that has, I don't know if that's more of a broad song that she's just writing about maybe queer people having to hide relationships in general, or if it is personal to her. Perhaps, I don't know, we don't know anything about these idols. Perhaps she is queer herself and sort of lamenting having to hide a relationship for a same gender relationship, or just maybe again it's just that she's an idol and it's about hiding a relationship in general, or as is often the case with songwriters, they'll just tell you that it's not about them at all. So that's why I said maybe it's just about sort of the plight of the queer community and she's just being a good ally. You know what I mean? You never know. But the vibe I got, the context that I got was that at the very least, I think what we can all say is that it's about hiding a romantic relationship, which is very sad. It is a very, very sad song. It's nice on the one hand because clearly it's this from the perspective of someone very much in love, so you would assume it's a nice relationship and they're being treated well. But then of course it's sad because again they're having to hide it. But also maybe not. Maybe let me think about that a little bit more. Let me be mature about this because it also says you told me to shh. So they're actually, she's saying that the person she's with is telling her that they have to hide the relationship. That actually is a little bit more dramatic, isn't it? So much to think about. Because she's a good songwriter and she gives you stuff to think about. But anyway, this is amazing. Oh my God, it's amazing. They're so cool. They're so cool. They deserve so much more. They're incredible. Their whole team is incredible. All the producers are incredible. All the songwriters. They don't miss. No one's ever missed with NMIXX. No one's ever missed with this group. This group has never missed. So I'm happy and I'm so happy. And they're just getting started. Like this, they've only been around with their debut to 2022. They're like still like a rookie group. Okay, maybe not. That's 4 years. I don't think. But yeah, they've like been around not like years and years and years. Also, I would apologize. I don't know if my computer times out. I forgot to fix that because it even times out if I have a video paused but I'm not playing it. So I hope my recording is still okay. But yeah, I just can't wait to see what they have in store. Regardless, they've got years to come, more and more music to come. And I just can't believe that this is what they sound like at the start of their career. I feel very lucky to have discovered them. Yeah, can't wait to see what's next. Let me know what is your favorite song on the album, if you can choose. If you can choose, how? But still, if you can, what is your favorite? This is so awesome. Anyway, be happy, be healthy. I'll see you guys later. Bye.